Hello everyone, we're back for another golden shot tutorial here. I am looking at the medium hole. It's the Santa Ventura, and we should be looking at most likely a long iron for this. So when I pull this open, I see an accuracy of 66, which is going to, I play this very close to max, maybe just slightly over max. When I do this hole, it depends. If I land on the fairway, then I usually use the max. What's my backspin? 50? Okay. So I might land it right on the very front edge of the green. There's kind of two ways to do it. You can either kind of minimize your topspin, or you can do it with a full backspin shot to try to hit more of a stop shot. With a limited ball guide of only 2, I'm kind of on the fence as to which way to play, because you really don't have a lot to judge how much it'll run out. Now, there is 2 different ways to play it. I know a 0 topspin shot that we can use. And for that adjustment, I use very close to the max adjustment, 1-to-1. If it's 1.6, then, the wind here is 3 to 5 miles per hour. It means I keep my adjustments between 2 and 3 rings. So all adjustments between 2 and 3 rings for this guide. When I do carry it onto the green, you might need maybe 10% more than that. Not so very, very little, but you might want to just overplay it just slightly when you, if you land it farther. So as I mentioned, kind of 2 ways that I play this, and maybe I'll just show you guys bits and pieces of each method. So here, let me take the free shot. This is one of the ways that I play it. As long as it's not a tailwind, I'll do it. Here you can see we're right at max with this club, and what I'll usually do is just a full backspin shot at max. This might be dependent upon having, but here you see that I'm using full backspin, and you can see what I'm doing with my spin. And as I was mentioning, maybe just a little bit of an overplay on those ring numbers that I just gave you in this situation. So instead of going the 2.2-ish, that I'll go maybe closer to 2.5, 2.6 rings here. So let's try this out. Perfect ball. And of course, full backspin, just to try to, get some ball control. You can see that it just bounces by the hole, and it just kind of stops right there. It's more of a stop shot. So it is going to be, highly consistent. Let's see what I can get. A couple spit cards, I'll take it. Not bad. Kingmaker balls. See if I can't get... The problem with this shot is I am going to, just for you guys, I will, re-up here. This is being brought to you, these shots, by, a generous donor from the Learner Burn community. So here you can see, that's how I'm doing these shots. So with my Google Balance that I have. So thank you for that, guys. And here you can see that I'm going to play this very similarly, kind of right at max, and just full backspin it. I'm going to offset my guide just, for wind effect. So that's all I'm doing with that. And at 4.5, we're looking at probably, 2.5 rings. I'm going to do about 2.7 or so. So that's what we'll do here. Same perfect ball. Keep in mind that, so for this shot, I'm playing wind effect. And here you can see it comes in. I actually did get the hole-in-one. So that is nice that I was able to get that. That's going to be the hardest ring to get, is the hole-in-one. And using this method, it's going to be a little bit harder with a tailwind doing this. So, ooh, got some good Nirvanas, and of course, Big Topper. Couldn't have gave me the other driver, either of the other drivers. So here's 3 shots. Let's see if I can't clear it in 3 shots and move on to the other one. So here, same thing. I'm going to come in for max. This is, a very good method to use for your general case. So here you'll see me just come in just slightly. As you can see, my one shot went a little bit long, and I'm offsetting the guide as well. And same thing, maybe 2.5 rings for this wind, give or take. Make sure you just straighten that up. Very good. Right around 2.5 rings here. Put that very centered into the shot circle. Hopefully with the wind effect we can get it, and hopefully it checks and just stays. Nope, just rolled out. So 2 more chances. We'll see what we get in terms of wind. As you can see, you know, the more tailwind that I get, the harder it's going to be stopping using this method. But I do recommend this method for limited ball guides. This is how I win a lot of shootouts early on when I don't have. So you can see that all these shots are very, very close, even on my first attempts, that I'm able to get very, very, very close using this method. So now you can see that we got a headwind. So there's another shot that I'll use, which is kind of a zero spin method. And this is going to be for headwind, and I'm going to play kind of the break a little bit and let it roll out. So you can see kind of where I'm lining up. And hopefully, you know, zero topspin here should be relatively close, right around the 2.5 ring mark here. So right there. And we'll try to put this up too. Just got that off in time. And let's see how I can predict this rollout. Not too bad. This first try, you can see that it does veer off towards the right, so you're going to have to offset that guide a little bit. I haven't played that shot in a while, but you know, I know the general gist of what it's supposed to do. But with only a 2 guide, you know, it can be a little bit trickier to see kind of how it's going. Let's see if I can't get this fire chest without wasting any shots. That would be ideal. So in a tailwind case like this, we're going to have to change our landing zone a bit. So now we're going to probably have to land on this fringe. But I do, you know, recommend this method, you know, just for precision. The way that it's going to roll out is going to be very favorable. And we'll just try to land on this fringe with about 3 backspin, almost spot on here. 1.6 per ring, give or take, 1.7. Just a little bit of an overplay because we're very close to max. Here it comes off the fringe. It should roll out just short. So if I would have just moved that up just fractionally, it would have been in without wasting a single shot. But it looks like I'm going to have to waste 1. As long as I get perfect ball and a half decent wind here, I'm assuming I'll get it on this one. So I should be able to get this last ring here. It should just be, you know, using the shots that you've seen so far with how it runs out, kind of on the +3. I'm just going to offset the guide like this, and I'm going to play my 3 rings here. And I should be able to predict very well the speed as to how this is going to roll out. We're going to go just slightly more than 3 rings. We are right at max. Also, you know, factoring in wind effect. And let's see if I can't get this ring. I do expect to get it. So let's see if it holds up here. Oh, it just rolled out. So unfortunately, we're not going to get a bonus shot. But let's see if I can at least just finishing this off with this last shot. You can see you'll have the most control doing it the way that I'm doing here. Doing it this method. Here, instead of playing the wind, you know, I am going to do very similar. I'm going to just come off, since you can see that I won't be able to really play the rings. I'm going to just come off, and I'm going to keep this right at max. And I'm just going to, you know, assume like 2 rings down, it's probably going to land right around here. And we're just going to, you know, play it kind of close to that second ring as kind of our land zone. So you can see kind of, you know, visually what we're looking at. Just make sure that that stays in. Looks like it does. Oh, the great ball might cost me. We'll see. It's going to be close on the left-hand side. Nope. So it just rolled out. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get that last ring. Not a big deal. It would have been nice to have. You can see how many times I was very close to getting that one. You can see with this guide, you're going to easily be able to clear these 5 chests. You know, just luck wasn't on my side there. I had so many that just rolled out by, you know, a quarter yard. There was like 3 of them that just rolled out the backside, and 1 that stayed right on the short edge. So, you know, using that method for the majority of your shots, Should be good. You did see with that headwind case, you know, that one severe headwind that I did alternate my shot a little bit. So I would recommend, you know, similarly, if you guys get a big headwind, play it off the front of that fairway. Try not to touch the spin and just play the break is what I would recommend. But hopefully you guys enjoy this guide, and, you know, at the very least, you can at least get all the chests but the hole-in-one. But hopefully, you know, with some luck, you will easily get the hole-in-one as well. So good luck with this guide, guys, and catch you guys on the next one.